in Southern Sudan that brought us to this point is a regional thing that made Kenyans very proud and people all over the world about your participation in that process of bringing peace and eventually freedom, or people getting their country from the other side. We have been having a lot of consultations before you were chosen as the winner of this award. Many names came up. Very senior names, I don't want to mention them. But then all the committees of researchers that we had settled on your name, and we were going by the points of whoever is mentioned. We did that within a month, but we did extensive research. Many people won this award, including PLO Lumumba, Senator Okia Mtata, Koki Muli, Doctor and Ambassador, and many other people. The TNC also, we had Hanifa Hadan won the award, and many other people won this award. This was the first award in East Africa, and this is a regional award that will be given to winners annually. This was the first one, and we are very proud to have had you as part of the winners and the highest respected winner in that case. As the society, as a leader of CBOs, we have CPOs all over every village, I expect, from where all of us come from. And we have our leadership also. It's assisted a lot in coming up with the people in the society who works for the society who deserves this award. In mediation society, in the mediation area, the people in the slums and in our villages need this mediation more than ever before. We have 60,000 prisoners in Kenya. Half of them are in there because of petty crimes, which they could not even have gotten to police station. They could have mediated within themselves to make sure that they solve it and move on. We cannot have children who are around 17 years and 18 years in prison because maybe even the fine they were given is 3,000, but the family cannot afford. So they end up doing the case for 10 years. They cannot attend school. Their active age is gone because of things we could have sorted otherwise within the family. As a CPO council leader, I've had a discussion with CMA to have our people from the villages trained. They will cater for the training cost so that mediation can start from the grassroots and change the lives of people. We have 3,000 women in prison. Half of them are under the age of 30 years old. They need to start families. How can they start families in prison? We have kids who have been born in prison, raised in prison because of their parents or the mother was involved in a very petty crime, which otherwise they forgive each other back home, but still the case is in the court because it's now at the level where law is applied, it is difficult to mediate within them. I stand here believing that this is the beginning of serious mediation and peace within the communities. I also believe in you because you have members in parliament, you have members in the Senate, like this friend of mine here, serious senators you have in parliament. There is a way you can pass the message we have through your members of parliament. We all know what is happening in Kenya today politically, but having you and you have a team behind you, civil society has different voices coming from every quarter, very good voices, but the voices are not coordinated. So we're even thinking, can we as civil society come together and form a certain union that can pass the message we have to you so that you can use your parliamentarians and senators to implement or to take it to parliament so that we have our voices heard. Approaching individual members of parliament becomes very difficult. We have a few options. One of it is to come up with a shadow cabinet of civil society. That does not stop you from having you as an opposition leader. But ours is to consolidate the good voices of the TNCs, the other civil society leaders, so that we give to you as a document that can be discussed at a level where decisions are made. I hope with those few remarks, I want to thank you so much for creating time to come and receive this award. And I would invite my partner, senior partner of CMA, Evelyn Pride, to come with the award so that we can award His Excellency. Is he supposed to talk?
Yes. Your Excellency, I would kindly request you join us to receive this award. Thank you.
Looks very nice. Okay, where do I?
Stand there. You have to be in the middle.
I'll be in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. Here. Okay.
The wires are everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can say a word or two. Thank you.
Wow, it's actually written. Regional conflict mediator. And my name. But actually 5 stars. 5 stars. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and Madam Evelyn Bright, I like the name. Yeah, and then Ausa. This gentleman is in charge of 72,000 CBOs in the country. And how they managed to do this it remains a mystery. And CMA, it's amazing that you're doing this for the first time. We congratulate you. And I also want to congratulate my fellow awardees in the various categories. And I'm sure that I would have loved to join them at the Serena, but there was a bit of a mix-up. We were ready to go to Radisson Blue, then it was changed to Serena. Be that as it may, we have a country to think about, to love, to uphold the principles that hold us together, basically the rule of law. We have a region that is in dire need of mediation. And even before we go to the region, the country itself. I happen to be a certified mediator myself, and I went through a mediation course. And I'm sure that may not have been captured. Now, people remember that when we were given some jobs to do by 2 presidents, President Daniel Arap Moi that time as a young foreign minister. And if you allow me to mention Evelyn, you just mentioned to me that your grandmother is a famous Elizabeth Bagaya, who served as foreign minister in Uganda. And now she's doing regional work, literally. Can somebody hold this for me? Now that I've taken possession. So you see, you have that DNA of working for regional well-being, the integration of East Africans. I gather from Evelyn that the next stop will be Dar es Salaam in February, and I will want to bring on board people like my friend Jakaya Kikwete and others. And I remember that Kenyans and East Africans will have forgotten that I was actually given the responsibility by Bayao, believe it or not, by 3 presidents, President Yoweri Museveni, President Moi, and President Ali Hassan Mwinyi, to jumpstart in the East African community. That time it was just cooperation. And I was the first chair of that ministerial tripartite commission. My colleagues were president at that time. Foreign Minister of Tanzania was Regasira. Kikwete had not even been appointed foreign minister. And Rugunda, who later became Prime Minister of Uganda, was also the foreign minister of Uganda. We worked with speed because we recognize East Africans made a terrible mistake when the East African community collapsed in 1977. Again, unknown to Kenyans and East Africans, Hanifa, she told the police to their face. And even as we speak, those issues have not been sorted. We heard from this administration of William Ruto that they were going to compensate the youths who lost their lives. The families are still waiting. No compensation, no talk even, no indication whatsoever that you are willing to talk to these parents. Well, I think it is important. Justice demands that we don't make promises that we can't keep or we don't intend to keep. They just wanted an escape route, which they got. Some of us afforded them an escape route, and then they got all of it. And in fact, some of us who belong to the Azumio family are benefiting from the blood and the sweat of the many